Hi, in today's video we're going to discuss about how to improve search results and content suggestions using active and passive user feedback, and my name is Hesam Kucheki. Well, in today, uh, this presentation we're going to cover introduction, user feedback definition, and the types of that, uh, active and passive, and at the end we're going to conclude what we have said. Uh, in the introduction, we uh, define the user feedback. We tell what is the user feedback actually. We cover why it's important. Technically, it's because we can enhance our results and contents that we probably suggest to users, and we tell about different kinds of user feedback, and as you probably know from the title of this video, passive and active are two types of user feedback. User feedback is technically what we take from users to uh, be aware about what they technically think or they want. In a specific, in this video, we cover the user feedback in specifically search engines and somehow social medias, that how they use user feedback to improve their search results or probably content suggestions. As I said before, user feedback has two types, passive and active, and in the first part of this video we're going to discuss about user feedback active. In active user feedback, we explicitly ask or input data from users. It means we explicitly open some forms to get inputs from user or explicitly ask the inputs from user. Uh, to get some examples of this user feedback, we can say give feedback, we see later, like or dislike buttons, add to your favorites, and did you enjoy what you watched. First of all, we say give feedback and we can see this give feedback button in the bottom of lots of search engines, like this screenshot from Bing search engine, that we search for something, and after that results we can see the button on the button to get feedback from uh, users, and we can, by tapping that, we can import some feedback to the search engine. In the next example, we search the query, and at the bottom again we can see the button feedback. By pressing that button we can open this dialog, and technically it's a modal that we can select something or even type in comments or suggestions that they probably check in the future and improve our search results. The next item is like or dislike buttons, like these YouTube videos. Technically we can see those thumbs up and thumbs down buttons in the bottom of each video. Here we can see uh, if we like the video we can thumbs up, or if we dislike the video we can thumbs down, and by that YouTube can know what video we like or what video we don't like. The next item is add to your favorites. TikTok is using this technique. When we open up an account, we can choose our interests, and TikTok customize the contents. It's going to show us using that uh, specific interest that we have chose at the beginning of the opening of our account. The next one is some suggestion or feedback that here in the screenshot you can see the YouTube one that uh, after watching a video, YouTube asks us about that video and say what do you think about this video. We can give stars, we can uh, tell also why we like that video, and by submitting that we can probably improve our search result or content suggestions. The advantages of active user feedback is that it's very precise because users technically input every comments about the post that they have watched, and we can strongly rely on that content because users know what they like and know what they don't like, and they honestly say that say their opinions about what they say. The disadvantages of active user feedback is that users might ignore, as you probably seen in the previous examples. There were also a cross button that users can tap and close the dialogues. They might don't tap on the feedback, and probably they don't give any feedback about the contents. The next item is that users might change over the time. It means as a personal experience, I used to follow contents about chess, and after a while, I decided to stop uh, following the contents about related to chess. And because of the previous activities, YouTube and TikTok and other social media regularly suggest me contents about chess, and that was annoying for me. The next item is that this user feedback takes time and energy, as you seen before. We need to spend some time typing feedbacks and uh, selecting options. So most of users might ignore this kind of feedback. After talking about active user feedback, it's now turn to passive user feedback. In the passive user feedback, in contrary with active, we implicitly gather or extract feedbacks from user. Uh, as you remember from active user feedback, we explicitly ask to user to give us some feedbacks. But in passive user feedback, we implicitly gather or extract from users' behavior in such a way that they in most of time they don't even understand we are taking inputs and taking feedbacks from users. Some examples of passive user feedback are these, and we're gonna cover this in near future. First of all, clicks. If we search something in the, for example, search engine in this screenshot DuckDuckGo, we search information retrieval, it returns us, for example, four or more examples. In passive user feedback, in clicks, we can follow and check and track what user is clicking at the first, and which information, which of this result is most interesting to users, and which has the most attraction that makes the user to click on first. The next one is time spent or fully watched. This means, especially in video social medias like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, it's being checked that how many hours or seconds a user spent on the contents that we have provided. Or in YouTube, it checks that if we fully watch the contents that he suggests or brings brought for us, um, as we can see in the bottom bar, we can see how many people spend on which specific part of the video we can interact that and find the best and interesting parts of the video. The next one is the share, save and download. We can, especially in Instagram, it tracks that by suggesting a post, we like it and tap the like button or not. We interact it using comments. Does we does the user search the does the user share the post or with their friends in TikTok? Does the user download the contents, or in Instagram again user might save the post, and they can comprehend that by using these buttons, these interacting buttons, we can find that if the user like or dislike the content. And furthermore, in Instagram post suggestions, we can see at the bottom that we have post suggestion based on, for example, this post is suggested for me because I like the post from another account, or this post because I watched the reel from this account, and this one because I have interacted with the post from another account. And by interacting with that account, we can have suggestions from another accounts like this slide. The next item is the next network of friends. This is used in follower suggestion. For example, in Instagram, they can see and check the network of our friends, see the friends of our friends, and suggest us more accounts to follow. Blog post and site suggestion are uh, using online profiling to suggest posts or sites. For example, if you are a computer vision scientist, they know that you like the content and posts related to computer vision, and after you search something in the for example Instagram or search engine, they try to suggest you something that is related to computer vision. The next item is the user searches for more. It means if you, for example, search for deep learning, uh, if you click on the first result, uh, do you consent with that result, or you go back and check for the next result, and after that you check for the second result? By that, it means if you just check the first, for example, result that has been returned, and you quit the search engine, it means that the first site have meet the need that you had, and you probably don't need to follow for more uh, suggestions. It means the first one was enough, and you probably get what you was seeking for. The next item is that does the user changes the search query. It means, for example, if you search for the first query and cover and probably discover some results, do you change the query because probably you didn't consent with the content provided, and you try to fine tune the query that you have provided and try to get better result using changing the uh, query that you have searched for. And in here you can see deep learning mixed with cooking was searched, and probably the results weren't satisfying. Uh, then we try to change the cooking with food. After that, change the deep learning with machine learning, and after that, probably you're gonna to end up with buying GPU or hiring a chef. Which one is more affordable for you? Well, in the conclusion, we're gonna to wrap up what we have said. We covered the user feedback, two types of that, passive and active. Uh, in brief, we said that passive user feedback is implicit, it's algorithmic and use algorithm to comprehend from our behavior and using analysis to get the feedback from user behavior. In contrary, we had the active user feedback that was explicit, that was reliable, very reliable because it comes from the user's minds and they uh, say what they are thinking and they are wanting. That is precise and it needs inquiries because it takes time. We have to ask some questions and it needs direct input from users. Thank you for paying attention. I was Hesam Kucheki from Guali Sina University. Take care.